How to do a peer review in cgscholar. During the class, you'll be assigned certain peer reviews for each work that we do, and this is your opportunity to help your peers understand how their writing looks to someone else and what's working, what could be improved. And not only that, in the process of doing a peer review, your own writing skills will be developing as well, because when you switch from being an author to being a reviewer, cognitively, there's so much going on, and you get to start looking at writing, someone else's in this case, with an eye of analytics. We're going to use a rubric, so you'll be measuring against a rubric and commenting on it, and also doing annotations. So let's jump in. Here's how we do it. In cgscholar, you'll find notifications, and under this, you'll find a request for feedback. And all you do is when you see the feedback request, click on View Work, and this will move the work into your creator, all right? So the best thing to do here is jump out of here, and now that it's in creator, now you can see it here, but let's get a bigger window to do this in. So let me move myself out of the way here real quickly, and I'm going to close this. We're going to go right into works, but let me jump out of here. Great. So now that you've viewed the work, now it's going to be embedded in your creator section. And so you want to come into creator and open up works right here, and you'll see whatever it was. This is the one that I happened to click on. And then you'll be able here to jump right in, and you will see the work itself. If you want to print it out or export it as a PDF, as a total PDF, you'll click on this button and print it out. Some people like to do that so they can get their thoughts together. In doing a peer review, the process that I recommend you follow is read the whole thing through. Get a feel for it. Do you understand what it's about? Did it work for you? While you're doing that, make notes either digitally or with a pen, if you're reading it on paper, of what you want to go back and mention to the author, all right? What you're going to do now is come down here and go into feedback, this section right here. Once you've read it and you have a response, you're going to come into the feedback and you'll see the rubric. You want to review whatever rubric it is that you're working with. And in order to review the work, you're going to come in here, click on Review Work, and now you'll be able to actually engage with the rubric. To look at the detail of each section of the rubric, you can open it up right here and see what scoring cgscholar is asking you for. Every work is different. Every work has its own rubric, and so you want to pay attention to the rubric. You'll read through, okay, what am I supposed to be analyzing here? And then, looking at the score, you'll give it a score, and you can just pull this scale across. And then, you want to use this box here to do an explanation. This is very important. This is where you're writing to the author to explain the rating that you just gave it. Now, in doing peer review, you want to be professional. You want to give directive comments about what worked, what was really positive, what you found engaging in the author's work, but also what you think could be improved. As a reviewer, you'll do each of these explanations throughout the rubric, and then we're going to move on to annotations. But know that after doing this, the writer that you're reviewing will review your work as a reviewer. So you want to be helpful. You don't want to just be all, oh yes, everything was fine. Each body of work that people work on, there's something that can be improved, and your job is to help the author see that. So for each element of the rubric, you want to go through, do the ranking based on the rubric here, give a couple sentences of explanation why you gave that ranking, or recommendations that you have, or congratulations. And then you'll do each section like that. And again, if you want to look at the detail of each section, just click on the ranking and you'll get it, okay? When you're done, and this one happens to be a long one, okay, it's saving as you go. It's auto-saving as you go. But know that this is the first part of it. So you're going to engage with the rubric and give review of the work that way. Your second element in being a reviewer is to add annotations. So you're going to traverse back up here when you're done with the rubric review. And now you can select elements of the text that you want to comment on. Simply click on Create Annotation. And here's where I recommend, if you want to make a general comment, you can do it here. But I really recommend right here, if you have a comment about, oh, I thought this was really well done, I liked how you used the language here, or if you want to make a comment, something like, I got lost here, I wasn't sure what this was referring to, give helpful comments here to your author. If you're suggesting a change, there's a whole list of changes that will help you think about what kind of changes are helpful to authors as they're going through their work. And so you want to look through this, changing punctuation, changing a word, reorganizing a paragraph. So if you think that something needs some help, this is what you would select. Oh, this was excellent. Why was it excellent? You want to rethink the ideas. Why? And then right here, you can put in your comments about whatever suggestion you're giving them. You click on add, and then it'll be added to your annotations. For each work that you do, there's a minimum number of annotations that are in your analytics of what you want to be doing. It's somewhere between 10 and 20. You'll want to check the analytics before you do your reviews. When you're done with all of this, you're simply going to come up here. Let me move myself out of the way here. And as you add them, they'll be adding. You'll see them grow right here. Okay, and this is how you know how many you have. When you're done, you're going to come up to about this work and go to project. And you'll see right here in status if you've met all the requirements, right? The review, I haven't completed it yet, so it says incomplete, and that's the rubric review. And then annotations, and this will tell you if you're done with them. When you're done, click on submit feedback, and your review is completed within the system. So that's how you do a peer review. Remember that your job is to help your peers see their work through someone else's eyes. And you add such value, not only to your peers, but to your own knowledge. Because as you're reading, you're developing cognitively an awareness of, does this body of work meet the rubric, and what could be better, and what's strong. All right, that's how you do a review. I hope that's helpful.